Here we go. Am I frozen? Nope. All right. I'm not frozen yet. What's up, Fresh Boy ID? This is the beginning to a magical week. Hope all is well in your neighborhood. Got to keep these communities clean. I don't know if you've seen Oxfam. Oxford Family? I don't know what that stands for. Oxfam.org. I know they're highly reputable. Is that the right word? Got a good reputation. They just released the study. What's up, Wanda? We're going to talk about a couple things. One, the sheriff in Ohio. Oh boy, these fucking sheriffs, man. These Fresh Boy IDs. At least they're saying things out loud and they're not keeping it in their private Facebook chats. But this sheriff in Ohio said, I'm going to consider if you're in the Democratic Party before I respond to emergency calls. Dude, John Rogers, who's been a lieutenant for 20 years in Ohio, Clark County, I don't know what county, somewhere in Ohio, was saying that on Facebook. And this study that I was just talking about, Oxfam, released a study, which I always thought, and I think I've heard comics talk about this, they were talking about pollution. Hold on one second. Talking about pollution. And please don't be frozen. There we go. They were talking about pollution. And I always thought, like, over the course of our lives, or the course of a year, billionaires would do what we do. They would pollute as much as we do in our lifetime. But this Oxfam study that just came out, again, link in the description. Holy shnikes. Turns out that the wealthiest people on earth, they pollute so much that it only takes them an hour and a half, 90 minutes of their pollution from the wealthiest people, which they said were billionaires, millionaires, and anybody that makes over $310,000. That's from the study down below. They said what they pollute, their CO2 emissions in 90 minutes, an hour and a half. I can't stress that enough. One movie, one sitting in the movie theater. What the wealthiest people on this planet pollute in 90 minutes. One movie, unless it's a Marvel movie. Less than it takes you to watch Endgame. It would take us a lifetime to pollute and do that much CO2 emissions. And the wealthy are doing it in 90 minutes. In fact, in this Oxfam study, link down below. What's up, Pencil Therudan? What's up? Cool name. Shoaib Wahafij. Sorry if I'm butchering the names. I really don't mean to. But this Oxfam study said that in 90 minutes, what Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk are doing, it would take us lifetimes. In fact, they found a study that over the course of 12 months, what Jeff Bezos' 2 private planes were doing, they were in the air for 25 days over the course of 12 months. Think about that. 1 month a year, Jeff Bezos got 2 planes flying around. That's what it equals out to over the course of 12 months, basically a month, 25 days. And they said that would take the average Amazon employee 270 years. 270 years! They couldn't even live long enough to pollute that much. And the worst part is like the poorest countries are going to be affected the worst. So if you wonder why, like, it was 29 degrees this morning here in New England, and on Halloween, just a few days ago, it was 80. That's what's going on. I'm sorry if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, but her taking a private jet to go get crepes in France ain't helping the planet. We need to tax these people. That's how we fix this. We put a wealth tax on it. If you're going to be flying your 2 private jets 25 days a month, wealth tax. And it's only fair, man. Plus, they were talking about how they're investing. This is where it really gets corrupt. Are you ready for this? How the wealthiest people invest in like fossil fuels, cement, they said. It's basically all things that are bad for the planet. So they're making money when the worst things for the planet are making money. And if you don't think that our politicians are doing the same thing, ooh, I feel bad for you. What are you talking about, Pencil? Pencil, I wonder if you're okay. I'm not even going to read that comment. This is just weird. Weird stuff. Oh, man. Speaking of weird stuff, voting tomorrow. Go out and vote. Go and vote. Uh, but this Oxfam study was just surreal. Now, I love going to see the natural wonders of our planet, and especially the country of America has some beautiful landscapes. Unfortunately, they're all littered with like Walgreens and CVS and Target and Walmart everywhere. Um, but outside of that strip mall mentality America seems to be diagnosed with across the country, we have some phenomenal scenery. And it sucks to think that, you know, what what the billionaires and millionaires do in 90 minutes. Remember that, 90 minutes. I figured it was like a year's time. 90 minutes, they're polluting as much as we could in a lifetime. But keep recycling those bottles, folks. Keep recycling your yogurt covers. No point to have money when you're dead. Yup, 100%. Yeah, pencil might be hallucinating, which respect to you. I don't know how you made it. I'm future movies director. I'm collecting reaction from your side. Oh, well, I can't wait to see your future movies. Is that horror movies? I don't know what's going on with you, Pencil, but fascinating takes. Are you having a magical week, Pencil? Wonder, I hope everything's going good with you, man. Now this sheriff, I don't know what you guys think about this, but this sheriff posted on Facebook, it was shared over 200,000 times, that he said, I'm going to consider whether or not you're in the Democratic Party, whether you're a Democrat, before I respond to emergency call. Which I said, at least they're saying these things out in the open. We knew that they thought like this. I mean, they did it with black folks, people of color. They did it with poor people. I mean, let's face it, the cops been doing this for a long time. At least they're starting to get brave enough and proud enough to, you know, courageous enough to say it out in public. I commend that, you know. Put it out there so we can put you on blast. John, what's up, Solus? Talking about this sheriff, John Rogers, is that his name? Most generic Ohio name I've ever heard in my life. John Rogers, lieutenant for 20 years in Ohio. Dude looks like a pencil. Looks like a bloated pencil. Link down below if you want to see him. But this dude is posting that on Facebook. Now I want you to seriously consider what that means. That means this dude wants to consider, if you call 911, you got some kind of emergency. I don't know how he would do it, if he'd say, who are you voting for? What are you registered? I mean, they could look up what you're registered if you're registered to vote. And then maybe they take longer to get to you, or maybe they don't respond. I mean, protect and serve has always been wildly overstated by the cops, since they have no obligation to do either. But it's wild that the people in Ohio, their taxes are paying for that dude. Their taxes are paying for that dude to act like that. And I mean, listen, if you're in a disenfranchised community, you already understand that this is kind of how the police operate. This is nothing new. But I think for a lot of people, it might wake them up. Oh, you didn't know I was live? That's all right. The pink cord went late. Oh, by the way, join our Discord. Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I go live 5 days a week, and we have a radical Discord. That's what I got to do. I got to start posting all these news stories. Solus, that's what we should do. We should put a news link where I can post all these up in the Discord. But I just can't get over the fact that this fucking dude, brave enough to put himself on blast. I wonder how people feel out in Ohio. And I wonder if he'll just get put on, what is that, paid leave? Isn't that what they do with all the cops? They put them on paid leave. Excuse themselves. These guys are a bunch of dinosaur D's, you know, ancient motherfuckers trying to live in the 1950s. And it's funny because you would think, you know, him being a police officer and saying that I'm not going to respond. Like, this is the most anti-democratic thing to say, like, I'm going to pick and choose. It's the most, is it not? It's not anti-democratic. It's the most like fascist, authoritarian kind of asshole. I don't know how to put a label on that, but yeah, we should create a channel called News. I could start putting stuff. Tarush Singh, what's up? Hi, what's up? What's up with you? But this Oxfam thing, man, listen, if you're in a country outside of America, and especially a country that's bordering the equator, this Oxfam study is interesting. We should be pushing for these wealthy people to, you know, I think it was Climate Town on YouTube, or some more news, or Not Just Bikes. Is that it? There's a few different good YouTube channels that dive into how, or maybe it was a More Perfect Union. I forget. One of these YouTube channels did a whole thing about how when Taylor Swift uses her private jet, we're basically subsidizing it, our tax money, because she doesn't have a private airport. So they're utilizing our stuff, and they should be at least paying into the system much more than they do. I mean, I'm not spending 25 days of the year in private jets, polluting this world. Yeah, imagine doing something terrible and your punishment is getting paid without having to work. Oh, you mean paid vacation? It's surreal. I don't know what's going on. Again, I read the story yesterday. I don't think there's probably got to be investigations, which I always thought it was suspect that they have the police investigate the police. I know there's internal affairs and all that, but really we should have some kind of, it's like when Mr. Beast said, I will hire an outside firm to investigate myself. Bro, if you're paying them, if you're paying the outside firm, you think they're going to find what you don't want them to find? I'm sorry, conflict of interest. But hopefully this cop gets canned with no retirement. What do they call it? I forget. It's disappeared from society. But I just can't believe that this dude would say something like that, post it on Facebook. At least he's calling himself. That's the one thing I'm stoked about this story, is like, at least he said it out loud. A lot of this racism, this this bias, this whatever you want to call it, this partyism. Yeah, is that it? I don't know. Put it in the comments. Whatever this partyism is, like they're only going to do stuff for conservatives. Like that stuff used to be very on the hush hush. Now at least this lieutenant cop in Ohio is at least saying things out loud, putting on Facebook for the record to show. So that way, if somebody does die under his watch, maybe, no, they can't even go after him. These cops are protected no matter what. Well, maybe more people will wake up. That's the bigger thing. That's why I'm bringing this to you, because if you suspect this shit's going on in your town, which, man, when you read the comments on Reddit, ooh, the comments on Reddit are like, oh yeah, this guy would fit right in our county. All these people in the Midwest, I feel bad for him. And there's really no recourse besides, you know, the public making some noise, getting together and saying, like, we want dudes like this out of here. Because I'm imagining if he's willing to say it, that he's probably done it and thought it for a long time. He probably just felt emboldened enough to put it on Facebook. It's called the tax write-off. But yeah, this dude, unreal that he said, you know, I'm going to consider if you're a Democrat before I respond to an emergency call. It's infuriating, man, especially if you got somebody who, you know, passed away, or it's an emergency call. So no matter what, it's an emergency. And this guy have just such a lack of disregard because of your different political party. Like, I don't know. It doesn't seem very community driven to me. Well, take a look at these articles. Thank you guys for stopping by. I gotta go take my son to the doctors again. This poor kid, man. If you're the praying type, send a prayer up for him, because he's been so sick for the past few weeks. It's just scary as a dad, you know? You love these kids so much, you don't want to see them in pain. But hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, join our Discord, link down below. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is voting day here in Massachusetts. Some big things. We could legalize psychedelics. Go and vote, yes. We could raise the tipped wage up to the minimum wage, yes. Some good things on the ballot. So make sure you get out, make some time to vote. And thank you guys so much. Wonder, good to see you. Solus, everybody else, Pencil, I hope you're doing okay. Have a magical week and a magical rest of the day, you guys, all right? Make it magical, all right? Keep your mind right. Peace.